Hello guys, welcome back to another video. As always, I am so excited to have you guys here. If you're new here, hello, my name's Claire. I'm a naturopathic doctor and my goal for this channel is to help you guys feel more educated and empowered when it comes to your health. And we all know that nutrition is one aspect of that, but it is a big aspect. So I love sharing these what I eat in a week. So you guys know I focus on eating a mainly whole food based diet. I focus on getting about 30 grams of fiber per day, about 20 to 30 grams of protein per meal. And I try and get as much fiber diversity as I can. With all that being said, I do have a full-time job. I do have a life. So all of these meals are pretty quick and easy. Now, I did film this right after my last Sunday reset. So some of these foods are going to be meal prepped from that video. I will link that somewhere, but if you guys want to go back and check that out. But with that being said, let's just get into the video. So for breakfast, I just had my favorite ground beef root vegetable hash with avocado on top. You guys know I absolutely love this breakfast. It keeps me full all morning. I also had a few of these mandarin oranges. I talked about this a few videos back, but I've been really trying to get more vitamin C into my diet. It's so important for progesterone production, for collagen production, immune system health, and especially right now being winter, there are a ton of citrus fruits in the grocery store. And then I had a coffee after that. And then for lunch, you guys know I've been obsessed with my spelt flour and Greek yogurt bagels. You guys have been making these at home too and giving me really good feedback. They're so delicious. And with 4 grams of fiber, about 10 grams of protein, they really help to just bump up the fiber and protein when added to other sources. I did prep these in my Sunday reset. So like I said, if you want the full recipe, you can go check out that video. Had it with some avocado, some eggs, and lately I've been loving having my eggs over medium with just some salt and parsley. And then I had some sauerkraut on the side just for some healthy probiotics. This one also has beets, which I love. Beets are amazing. They have so many antioxidants. Plus they are great for stimulating bile flow and liver function. So just a nutrient-packed lunch. And then I go into the clinic on Monday afternoons and I always get home pretty late. So I want something quick and easy. Lately, I've been on a huge tuna melt kick. I prepped my tuna salad in my Sunday reset video, so you guys can go and check that out. And I add my secret ingredient that makes it higher in omega-3s, calcium, and vitamin D. I didn't have very much bread, so I decided to do a tortilla instead. I guess it was kind of like a tuna quesadilla. And I just added some goat cheese mozzarella. You guys know I love the Ezekiel tortillas. They have a bunch of different whole grains and even some legumes in them as well. So they're really great for helping with fiber diversity. You guys know our gut microbiome feeds off of fiber and polyphenols, but it loves diversity because fiber diversity leads to a diversity in the gut microbiome, which we love. It also just makes it a little bit easier for me to get in legumes. I always get asked why I don't eat a lot of beans and legumes, and it's really just kind of out of a personal preference. I just don't really like them. I'm definitely trying to include them more in my diet, but that's a whole side tangent. I also made up a big salad. I had a bunch of spring mix. Again, another really easy way to get more diversity in because they generally have about 6 to 7 different types of greens in the spring mix. I just had that with some olive oil, balsamic vinegar, salt, pepper, parsley, added some avocado as well. This was a very delicious dinner and very quick and easy to make. And then of course, I just had some dates and peanut butter for dessert. And then you guys know on Tuesdays, I leave for clinic pretty early, so I like to take my breakfast to go. Here, I just took the muesli that I made in my Sunday reset. Again, if you guys want the recipe for that, you can go back. But I love this because it has about 12 grams of fiber, about 25 grams of protein per serving. And I just took that along with my coffee off to work. And then you guys know I always get home in the early afternoon, so I always want something super quick and easy. I just cut up one of my bagels that I had, and then I thought I'd make kind of a tuna salad sandwich. I also, again, had more of the oranges, so I peeled some of those. And then once my bagel was toasted, I just added some avocado, some of the tuna salad, along with some of the spring mix. And then I had some oranges on the side just for a very simple, quick, nourishing lunch. And between the tuna salad and the bagel, you have over 20 grams of protein. And between the avocado, the bagel, the spring mix, and the fruit, you have about 10 to 11 grams of fiber. So again, another really easy and delicious meal. And then you guys know I've been on a huge tea kick. This has been one of my favorite combinations. It's licorice, burdock, dandelion, and oat straw. I love licorice. It's a great adaptogenic herb. It's great for helping to coat the intestines. You do want to be careful because it can raise your blood pressure. So obviously you don't want to be drinking it it if you have high blood pressure or hypertension. I love oat straw. It's an amazing nervine. It's so great for calming the nervous system. And then you guys know I love burdock and dandelion for liver support, lymphatic support, and natural detoxification support. I also just love having something warm to sip on in the winter. So that was kind of my afternoon beverage of choice. And then for dinner, we're making another one of my staple meals. You guys know I am not afraid of meal repeating. I just started by peeling some carrots to make some carrot fries. I always season these the same way with avocado oil, salt, and Ceylon cinnamon. And then I just bake those for a little bit. And then I already had sweet potatoes prepped. So I just made a few little patties. I just took some grass-fed beef and smashed it into little smash burgers. I also mashed up some avocado. And then I just assembled my little sweet potato sliders. You guys know I love these. I'm not gluten-free or grain-free or anything, but I feel like I would take these over a bun any day. I just think that they have the perfect meat to carb ratio. And then I love carrot or parsnip fries. So good. Such an easy and delicious dinner. And then Wednesday was another day full of meal repeating. I just had more of my ground beef hash for breakfast. And then for lunch, I made a little salad, again, just with some spring mix, extra virgin olive oil, balsamic vinegar, salt, pepper. I fried up some eggs. You guys know I eat eggs a lot. I love them. They are an amazing source of choline, which is so important for liver function, cognitive function. And a lot of people don't get enough choline in their diet. So that is one of the reasons why I love eggs. They're also just delicious, such an easy protein source. But I just had one of my spelt bagels, avocado, a big salad on the side, and that was my lunch on Wednesday. And then I do go into the clinic in the afternoons on Wednesday, so I always get home pretty late. So again, I want something quick and easy for dinner. Like I said, I've been on a huge tuna melt kick. I had these last few pieces of bread. I had 2.5 pieces of bread left, so I made a full tuna melt, and then this tiny little baby tuna melt, which was so cute. You guys know, again, I love the Ezekiel bread. It's just super high in fiber, and it doesn't have any preservatives in it. Again, you do have to keep it in the freezer, but other than that, I find it's okay. And then I just added some goat cheese mozzarella. I also made a side salad. You guys know I live by myself, so if there is a giant box of spring mix in the fridge, then that means that I have to use that up. Like I said, this is just such a comfort meal, but a really easy way to make it more high protein, high fiber. I think that this has about 12 grams of fiber, which is insane when you think about a tuna melt. And then I just had some dates and peanut butter for dessert. So on Thursday, I just had some of my muesli with almond butter. I definitely added more almond butter after this picture. And then I had a coffee. And then for lunch, I continued on my mission to use up the box of spring mix. I swear this box of spring mix was like a bottomless pit. It just keeps going. Anyway, I just made a little salad, some eggs, and then had some avocado on my spelt bagel. Just a really easy, quick lunch. And then in the afternoon, I stopped by Whole Foods. We usually like to go to the fish market by our house, but this was just a busier day. I didn't have a chance to actually go to the fish market. So I stopped by Whole Foods, picked up some salmon. I had prepped some sweet potatoes over the weekend, and I roasted up some broccoli. You guys may notice this is obviously not my kitchen. We were actually in Oakville for the weekend because, as you guys will see in 30 seconds, I had a conference in Oakville on Friday. So we ended up going to my boyfriend's place for the weekend. Normally he comes to me in the city. Just made more sense to do the weekend out in Oakville. So I already had the sweet potatoes prepped. Again, you guys can go back to the Sunday meal prep if you want to see how I made those. You guys have seen me make my frozen broccoli a bunch of times, so you can go back to any really what I eat in a week, but I'll link one somewhere. And then we just had some salmon that I cooked on the stovetop with just some salt. And then you guys know I always like to top mine off with some tahini. You guys know I try and get fatty fish a few times a week. It's just such an easy way to get some of those anti-inflammatory omega-3s. And then I also had some dates and tahini for dessert. And then, like I said, I had a full day conference. I love going to conferences. I feel like the lectures are always okay, but I really just like talking to other NDs, talking about their practice, what they're seeing, what patterns we're seeing. Breakfasts are always hit and miss. This breakfast was actually pretty good. So I got some scrambled eggs, some fruit. I did bring some of my muesli because like I said, breakfasts here are kind of hit and miss. I ended up having the muesli on the side with the scrambled eggs before tucking into a morning of lectures.
Is a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit of a tremor, and it's not different. EBV does the same thing. It's just more aggressive. But with our EBV patients, with our CMV patients, have the ability to cause post-viral thyroiditis. People are getting a double hit, a significant impact on their immune system and their thyroid health. Is that we have massive changes in our innate and adaptive immune responses. We are looking at the neutrophil to lymphocyte ratio. We're seeing really low complement. What happens is people just get flushed. They just get absolutely hit with so much inflammation. Nigella has research on the reduction of TPO. It is an antihistamine, it is an antiviral. There's also a tincture here that I have put the herbs for. It's like a tractor in a field, right? As soon as you get a post-viral inflammatory response, your body likes to go in that direction.
To get a follicular ultrasound series, look, it's dry, nothing's happening. You're going to see an ovulatory event. You're going to see a rupture, and you're going to see the corpus luteum form.
And then after my conference was done, I did get home a little bit earlier than my boyfriend, and I got this sample of bone broth while I was there, and I was just craving something warm and comforting, so I made a little cup of bone broth while I waited for him to come home, and on his way home, he picked up sushi. This is one of our favorite meals. We always love to get sushi, and then you guys know I don't really film on the weekends, but I always like to include some clips. We were out in Oakville for the whole weekend, so again, that's why we're not back in my apartment. We just made our normal scramble. This is with shiitake mushrooms and onions. It's our go-to scramble. And then we actually went out for dinner with his family on Saturday. We went to this Mediterranean place. Oh my goodness, the appetizers were amazing. They had really good baba ganoush and hummus. And then we also got a bunch of just shareable plates. And then on Sunday, again, made our exact same scramble. And then we were back in my apartment for Sunday night. So we just made more of the sweet potato sliders, salad. We had some avocado, pickled onion. That does bring us to the end of the video. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed it, got some meal ideas or inspiration. I am going to be doing a Q&A in the next few weeks. So if you guys have any questions on health, nutrition, definitely drop those in the comments down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.